How's it going, everybody? Out here at Archer's Fork again, doing another overnight. And this was supposed to be my stupid Ultralight 2.0 video, like bare minimalist. And it's still pretty small, but I did have to adjust it because the weather is starting to turn. It's gonna be a low of 37 degrees tonight, like huge jump. I couldn't come out here without a sleeping pad and without like any extra clothes or anything with it being that cold. So I changed up the kit a little bit. I'll go through at camp and show you everything that I changed and everything in my pack. It'll only take a minute because there's like nothing in this little 20-liter backpack. It's gonna be a fun trip. We're gonna do it different. I switched up the shelter, switched up a lot of things just because it's not the video I wanted to make, so I just threw in some amenities in there. Still mainly stupid ultralight, like not a lot of stuff at all. Yeah, should be a good trip. So gonna go ahead and get hiking here, try to find a good stealth spot tonight, and hopefully we can do that before dark. Oh, I totally didn't mean to bring my sunglasses. Definitely not gonna need them on this trip. Feels great out here, feels like fall. It's probably 60 something right now. Definitely gonna get cold tonight though, like I said. So tons of new gear on this trip. The backpack I've never used before. It's the LiteAF multi-day pack. It's a 20-liter backpack. Super light, super simple. Got some brand new shoes on today also. And by brand new, I mean like they just showed up on my doorstep like 30 minutes before I left. I figured this would be a good trip to kind of break them in on. They're kind of more for just trail running. They're the Hoka Torrents. And they're a little bit harder, a little bit lighter than the Speed Goats that I've been using. I think I'm going to go counterclockwise. I switch it up about every other time I come here. All right, this looks like camp. Probably only like 2 miles in, going clockwise on the loop. Decent little site here. You can see the trail runs right up behind me here. It's already got a little fire pit. I like the amount of wood laying around this area. It doesn't look like a very heavily used site. Half the reason I wanted to stealth camp today was because I'm just tired of looking for firewood at campsites. I feel like that's all I've done the last like 3 or 4 trips. This is stealthy enough, I guess. So I got a tarp. So basically I gotta find a couple trees to tie off to or find some sticks or something. Yeah, I got a nice big steak to cook over the fire tonight. So I'm gonna go ahead and get set up as quickly as I can, get a fire going, and hopefully I can do that before dark. And yeah, I think it's gonna be kind of a nice peaceful night. This is actually a pretty cool view behind me here. I'm up on kind of a hill, a mountain in Ohio terms, but you can't really see. But where that blown out sky is right there, that's all on top of the ridge that I came in on. I came in all the way across, dropped down to the road, and then back up here. But this is a cool site. I got some rock features, got some cool terrain going through here. I like it. Alright, so let's go over the contents of my pack here real quick. I only got 1 water bottle. Actually, I forgot to bring the other one, but I have a filter and there's water right down the way there. I'm going to try to do this as fast as possible. Hammock gear, 20-degree quilt, the LiteAF multi-day pack. I brought water, I brought camera gear, I brought a fire starter, going with luxury on this one. Here's my headlamp battery for my new Petzl headlamp. I'm going to be testing that out tonight. Got the world's lightest backpacking saw from Knife Point, Thermarest Z-Seat, Sawyer squeeze, and a bag. I switched out the fork last minute for a knife. I just felt better having one of these, and I eat steak with this just fine anyway, so multi-use. The shelter is going to be this 12 by 12, 3 meter by 3 meter hammock. Not a hammock, it's a tarp, a square tarp. Kind of heavy, but I just wanted to use it. I wanted to use it with the bug net portion of that LiteAF prototype shelter underneath it. So that'll be kind of cool to play with, kind of have an open air design tonight. I've been wanting to do that for a long time, and it's too buggy out right now to not tarp, or the tarp without a bug net. Sleeping pad, I got the Climate Ozone, haven't used this in a while. A little ditty bag, deuce of spades, toilet paper, hand sanitizer, tent stakes, and that brings us to the best part, which is food. So I have 2 beers, porterhouse steak, steak spice, piece of beef jerky, Welch's fruit snacks, the best in the biz, and cheddar Chex Mix, and that's all the food I brought. Still really haven't decided yet whether I even want to do the entire loop. Really just wanted to come out and film and test out some gear, cook a steak out here. Just wanted to hang out, have a good camp out, have a good campfire. I wanted to kind of have some good time to do that, which I still got another hour or 2 of sunlight probably. I did forget one piece of gear. I brought the puffy jacket, which is my one and only additional piece of clothing. So you can see I put an extra layer on the bottom and changed out the t-shirt for long sleeves, but that's it. So 20-degree sleeping pad and a down quilt. Should be good even if it drops to 37, which I just have a hunch that it's gonna drop to 32. I feel like there's gonna be frost. We'll see how cold it gets. I got a thermometer on my watch here. But yeah, time to get set up. Might be good. So that's a decent little setup. Not terrible, right? Tent will come up to about here. That's pretty solid. That's not bad at all. So the sleeping pad's the Climate Ozone. It's the one with the built-in pillow. Not insulated. I almost brought an insulated pad, but I figured I'd be okay. It's not supposed to drop to freezing tonight, but we'll see. It's got this built-in pillow on top, and it's a decent pad. It's better than the X-Frame. Haven't used this thing in years, so kind of excited to try that out again. Got my little fire starter here. Lots of dead little fire starter laying around. This is a perfect campsite. I've never stayed at this campsite. I've actually never stayed on this side of the loop. I always go counterclockwise and stay a few miles in, or about halfway in around the loop. I should have brought bacon tonight. They made my stand for me already. I was thinking about it. Missed opportunity. Everything's still cold. That never happens. It's the one good thing about backpacking in cold weather. Steak's a little thawed out, but that's okay. But beer is still cold. That's a treat. Really wish I would have wore a t-shirt, but I'll probably thank myself later. or in the morning when it's freezing. Shoes felt kind of weird today, not gonna lie. My heel was actually hurting a lot, which could be a number of things. I've really been doing a lot of mileage lately. Love the fit of these things. I wish they weren't red. I really didn't want to buy another pair of red trail runners, but it's the only color they had, so they'll have to do. Really looking forward to the sleep tonight. I'm actually excited. It's going to get kind of cold. I always sleep better when it's a little bit chilly rather than a little bit too warm. Nice fire going, but I'm already about out of wood, so I'm gonna put my saw together and just go get one nice, huge, or as big as I can carry, tree. It's not gonna be as big as I can carry. I don't remember which way this goes. Alex, which end goes where? You just put a stick in the end around the string that holds the blade on, and you just twist it up. World's lightest backpacking saw. Forget what this thing weighs, but it's like crazy light. But look at that friggin' blade. This thing's a beast. It's way bigger than my Silky. It's lighter than the Silky. It's not as convenient because it doesn't fold up, but you know, if you're going to use it a lot at camp, it does the job well. Walking along the poop trail here. Every campsite has a trail that seemingly goes nowhere. And that's because that's the poop trail. Here, I'll give you a little better tour of camp. Nice looking fire there. Got it stoked up, so we're gonna have coals in no time to start cooking. And here's a better look inside my shelter. You can see I got tons of clearance here in a little prototype shelter. Should be good if it rains. I do overhang a little bit, but I also have this flap right here that I can pull out if need be. I could pull this thing out and do like a porch mode if I wanted. I can pretty much, honestly, I could tie it right to my guideline here that's holding my trekking pole up. That's actually pretty cool. So far, I think I could have got away with the stupid ultralight setup. It's really not cold out. The wind has been kind of crazy today, so I'm thinking the wind is what's really going to be the factor, whether it gets too cold or not. Not too cold, but if it gets like really cold. But like I said, drop the Costco quilt in favor of the hammock gear 20 degree, which it's really not a true 20 degree. I think I get cold in it at about 25, but it's definitely like good in the 30s. I'm gonna thank myself for bringing that sleeping pad, because honestly, up until this morning, I was still planning on coming out here. I checked the weather yesterday, and I saw it was going to be 37, and I just thought I'll stick with what I have, which is no clothes, no sleeping pad. I just figured maybe I'll just try to make like a little backrest and kind of sleep out by a fire, which I've done that before. And even though I don't sleep good and I wake up like constantly, especially when it's cold, to have to like re-stoke the fire, it's really cool. It's a different feeling. Having a fire out beside you in the woods at night is like so comforting. Like if I was just asleep anywhere in the woods, I don't know, it wouldn't feel comfortable. You always kind of have an eerie feeling, like you feel alone. But once you have like a warm orange glow around you and everything, it's not really bad at all. I highly recommend it. Just killing some time waiting on these flames to go down. It'll be a really good steak, I hope. That's how you do it. Looks pretty good. Probably not done yet, but I just want to try and check it because I don't want to burn it. Yeah, not done yet. I'm going to try something new though. I'm going to cook it once it's done. I'm going to throw it on the flaming part of the fire and kind of sear it, caramelize that crust and everything. That's a plan I got today. Almost done. Just searing up this last side here a little bit. Should be really, really good. I don't think I overcooked it at all. I did overdo a little. Not very pink. My last steak was way better. It doesn't have the flavor that last one did. My last steak was one of my best. I think it really depends on where you get it from, obviously, but I mean, it's better than no steak. But feels good to get out again. I don't know how long it's been. Maybe 2 months. But I have big plans for this winter. Like I want to get out in the winter a bunch. I'm really feeling some cold weather camping this year. Most of the time I'm like really, really antsy for summer. And this year it's kind of the opposite. Been a rough year though. So I've decided I'm going to run a 100-miler on Halloween. So that's like, I don't know, like maybe 7 weeks away. But I think I mentioned earlier I ran a 50. Maybe I didn't mention it. But I ran a 50 like 2 weeks ago. And that was kind of going to be my like feeler to see, you know, if I could even consider it. And I actually felt really, really good the whole time. And signed up, and it's going to be a rough one, but that's like all I've had on my mind lately. That and been renovating a bathroom in my house and just been super, super busy lately. That's why I haven't been able to like get out here until now. I think I mentioned I was going to do it like 2 or 3 weeks ago. And just couldn't find the weekend to do it, and I finally had it now. I was all pumped all week long, and then looked at the forecast, and summer's over. But that's all right. There was 8 cars in the parking lot. I've never seen that many cars here before. I actually kind of had a moment of like, oh crap, like right when I pulled in, because there's not a lot of campsites here. Off the top of my head, I can really only think of like 4 or 5 campsites. And every time I'm here, I'm always like keeping my eye out for other ones. Maybe I just forget. Like this is one that I know I've had to have seen before and I've forgotten about it. Yeah, I usually camp on the other side of the trail, on the other side of the loop. I've never really stayed on this side. So maybe there's more, but there's definitely a bunch of people out here today, and I haven't passed anyone, so they're all beyond me on the loop. Tomorrow on the hike out, I'll probably end up passing everybody. Plus, I'll probably get up early. Really would like to start with the headlamp on. I don't know what it is. I love hiking in the morning in the dark. It's just really fun. I like doing that morning hiking way better than night hiking. Yeah, it's going to be good to just kind of have a day to hike. Today was a little bit too rushed. I didn't get here till 4. And I just wanted to eat this because I didn't even eat lunch today. Did you guys get in the giveaway? The last video is actually giving away one of these Petzl headlamps. You gotta watch the very last video I posted. It's a Petzl ICO core. Probably gonna pick a winner in about a week or 2 whenever I do the full review video on that. So, I got a little plan I want to share with you guys. Just because I think it's cool, and in the comments let me know if you think it's a cool idea or not. Because I'm probably going to do it either way, but I just want to know your opinion on it. But so I'm going to the Smokies here in November with a bunch of friends. We're going to be running like a 10K around Cades Cove. And so we're probably going to do some day hiking. But what I think I'm going to do, instead of doing like the traditional climb up to Mount LeConte, which is the tallest mountain in the Smoky Mountains, there's like 5 trails that go to the top, okay? So most of them are like 5 to 10 miles and moderate elevation, maybe 2,000 or 3,000 feet of elevation gain. So you basically drive up the road to the trailheads. Now I've figured out a complete route from the very bottom, like starting at Gatlinburg, where I can link up trails and start at the very bottom of the Smokies, so it's like 800 or 900 feet elevation, all the way to the top. It's like 6,400 maybe, something like that. But I've never heard of anybody doing like the full vertical climb of the mountain. Usually like all the trailheads start you up about 3,000 feet or so, because I think that would be a real challenge. I mean, I'm pretty sure it would probably be at least 15 miles, at least, from bottom to top. So that's 15 miles of 6,000 feet elevation gain, non-stop uphill. So check out this headlamp I have. This is that new Petzl. It's got the battery in the back. And a lot of people thought I was wearing this backwards. So this is what it looks like on the back of your head. But the Petzl logo should be, you know, facing so you can read it. And then the button, why am I not in focus? The button is actually on the bottom of the light. It's like crazy bright. I can't wait to see what this thing looks like in the dark. So you take the LEDs in the front, you pivot them towards the top, you put the stuff sack over it, you pull these little orange cords, and you can just sit it down on end like that. I figured the sack here would kind of diffuse a lot of the light, but I feel like it doesn't diffuse any of it, and it almost amplifies it. I mean, this is crazy. This is literally lighting up my entire campsite. Definitely didn't need the saw. That's for sure. There's tons of good deadfall around here. It's one of the best fires I've had in a long time. Just started easy, lots of good wood around. I don't have to cut anything. Nice and easy fire. Well, it's 8 o'clock on the nose. Just gonna finish my beer, snack a little bit, and do this hike out tomorrow. There's like a 90% chance I'm gonna do the hike. I keep fighting the urge to want to just go back to the truck, because I am doing a long run tomorrow. Like as soon as I get home, I'm doing a long run. So I don't know if I really should do like 10 extra miles of hiking. 90% chance I'm going to. Hopefully I can get up good and early, start that with the headlamp on, that'd be fun. So I'm gonna end night one on the video here and pick it back up tomorrow morning for the hike out. All right, good morning. So it's 6:15 right now. I think I'm gonna go ahead and start getting packed up and getting moving here. I don't think the sun will come up for another hour or so, so be able to get a couple miles in the dark like I wanted to. Yeah, slept really good last night. It didn't drop to 37 degrees. I don't know how cold it is. I didn't take my watch off my wrist to get the good ambient temperature, but maybe 40s, high 40s right now. It's a little chilly, but it's definitely not bad. I slept so good last night. On the trail at 6:40, so got a nice jump. You can already tell the sky is kind of bluing up a little bit, so it'll get bright here within the hour probably. Yeah, looking forward to the hike today. I haven't been out here for about a year maybe, and it's a good trail. It's gonna give me a good workout today, and the pack feels great. It's down to probably 10 pounds. Including water, and yeah, let's just get to it. My shoes are feeling a lot better today. I wasn't sure about them yesterday. I had some pretty good heel pain on my right foot, just walking those like 2 miles in. But I think it's just a matter of being on my feet all day from work, and I've been putting in a lot of miles this week. It's pretty cold out. Not gonna lie, my hands are completely frozen. But I haven't even had to get my puffy jacket out. Like even around camp when I was packing up. Feeling good. I have pretty much no water. Honestly, I haven't drank like any water since I've been out here. I drank 2 beers last night. Didn't even touch my water. Only brought a half a bottle. So like 8 ounces of water. That's all I have. I have a filter, but you're not supposed to filter the water here. But I usually drink about a bottle of it. I don't think it'll kill me. But probably gonna have to get some water at some point. Maybe not though. I might just try to make the whole trail out, like the last 10 miles here with just 8 ounces of water. Should be okay. Just might be a little thirsty by the end. There's a nice little campsite off the trail there. That's actually a campsite that I remember. And it's actually the one I was kind of maybe planning on staying at, but I couldn't remember what it looked like at all. And that is really nice and established. I thought it was going to be really overgrown. At the intersection of the Buckeye Trail and the North Country Trail. Alright, so came to a pretty dry riverbed. There's a puddle right there, but I'm gonna wait to fill up my water. See if I find something else. And normally I don't like hiking without water, but being that it's not 90 degrees out and I know exactly where I'm going, I'm really not worried about being a little thirsty, so I don't know. I'm gonna try not to touch my water until I really need it. Hopefully like some of these climbs don't like make me cramp up and stuff from dehydration, but we'll see. So sleeping in the lean-to last night was pretty cool. I really liked having the full open side. I could just sit there, lay and stare up at the stars, and it was a really clear night. I'm still in North Country, but I've came to a road. My hands are froze right now. It's crazy. They get a little cold, then they just go completely numb. It doesn't like bother me anymore. It doesn't hurt or anything. But then I just start losing mobility. Like I just got a drink of water and I could hardly twist the cap off. I just start losing movement in my fingers. So I know it's getting really bad. And let's be honest, it's because I'm holding a metal tripod. I just keep alternating between hands and just freezing. I just keep a hand in a pocket while the other one's holding the camera. And it's not like terrible yet, but I mean, they're numb. They are frozen. Probably gonna be doing some running. I've been jogging on and off here for a little bit, but I think I'm gonna start running like all the downhills. The sun is finally coming out. I just can't wait for my hands to warm up. A little chilly this morning. I'm really glad I put tights on. Really glad I went with the long sleeves with the hood, because man, the hood was crucial so far this morning. Normally I warm up like really fast and my core and everything's warm, but just how cold I feel like it is, I think it might be colder than what I thought. Still having a good time out here. Other than my hands freezing, perfect morning out here. Good hiking temperature. Feeling good, legs are feeling good. Just stopping to eat something. I want to get some salt in me. Here's all the water I have left. I don't think I'm gonna stop to filter water. I just don't feel like it. I mean, I only have like less than 5 miles at this point, so. Found a goo and energy gel, salted caramel, just laying in the middle of the trail. unopened, so I'm definitely keeping it. Last time I was in Mohican, I found a whole pack of Cliff Blocks or some energy chews. That's crazy. Why do I keep finding these things? It's awesome. But now I'm back at where I started yesterday, so I just finished out the loop. So dude, I gotta tell you, final thoughts on this backpack. This might be the most comfortable backpack I've ever carried, and it's crazy because I am all about hip belts. I want my hip belt. I was kind of sad I didn't have a hip belt on this pack for this trip, but the pack weight being so low, like pretty much sub 10 pounds right now, actually since I'm almost out of food, I'm hovering around 8 or 9. It doesn't need the hip belt, but I think it's because the pack is so skinny, because it's a 20 liter. It's not like touching much of my back. It's just like this really small section up the middle of my back, and it's just so comfortable. Like, I don't know what it is. The straps even feel more comfortable too. I don't know why. So I've carried like super ultralight packs before, but and this one is so comfortable. Well, that's it for the video, guys. Check out my last video for a chance to win one of these cool little headlamps. That's it from Archer's Fork, Wayne National Forest, Ohio. If you like this video and you want to see more stuff like this in the future, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next one. Doing a little overnighter here if you're here from sunlight, but no. How's it going, everybody? How's it going, everybody? All right, so the backpack with all right, so the pack